Howdy my friends, welcome back to more Let's Play Gran Turismo. This is Sky Hurricane 89. Hope you're having a super awesome blessed day. And in this part, after doing the National B license in the last part and seeing the intro and everything, in this part we shall actually get into the racing and we're going to buy our first car. So let's look at a few of our options, shall we? So one option we have is RX-7 FC GTX. And this is actually a pretty good car, I gotta say. Very, very good for starting out. By the way, you can see the specs on each car, and you can also see the info. And if you know, I like that they did that in this game. They also did it in Gran Turismo 2, and then they stopped doing it in Gran Turismo 3. They stopped a lot of things in Gran Turismo 3, but I shall not get into that yet. But also the Unis Roadster 89 is another choice now. On my favorite number, 89. Now, I really don't recommend this one not because it's really a bad one to start out with. It's really not much worse than anything else you could start with. Except that, you know, that Mazda RX-7 would be much better than this. But this is just so underpowered. Even when it will not tune up very much. For some reason, when you tune it, it only get like stage 1 turbo kit, or I mean, it really cannot power up even the Mazda Demio that we drove in that first National B license test. Even it will tune up better, so that's not one I recommend. It'll only get up to like 197 horsepower, tuned all the way to the max. Now another choice is this is probably the cheapest car that you'll find, Nissan Silvia Q's. Now this is going to tune up to like 233 horsepower. It'll tune up better than the Mazda Miata will. But it's still kind of underpowered in the end. But I'm really not too concerned because we're just going to be starting out anyway. Now this here, the Silvia K's is a very good car to use. And I actually think I might use that. Maybe. I actually like this color better. I think we might buy this and just not even really tune it any. And I think I did say that I was going to use a different car for all the for most of the championships, because I do want to show off, and I will be showing off all the different manufacturers through the game. I'm not just going to pick only Nissans or only Mitsubishis. I'm going to show off all the manufacturers, all the different. You know, I'm just going to show off at least one car from each manufacturer in races and stuff. So you'll get to see that. Alright, so you can actually go to the tune shop. And I think we will be using this car for a few things, so we'll do a little bit to it. Not going to really do too much. And by the way, you can look at the racing modification for It's one cool thing that I like about Gran Turismo 1 and 2. That you can get racing modifications. I really hate that they stopped that after Gran Turismo 2. That's another reason I love this game. The race modifications are awesome. I think we can also get a drive shaft. Let's do that. So it didn't really increase our horsepower any, but now we're down to exactly 0. Alright, so let's do our Sunday Cup here. I think I will use this Silvia for a few things. Probably use it for the Sunday Cup, and I don't really want to really use it for many things though, because I want to show off different cars like I said. So I'll probably use it for this and maybe something else towards later on in the project. Alright, so here's our opposition here, and we actually are a little bit heavier than, actually, well, we're the second heaviest. We're lighter than that Silvia Q's though. But we are more, you know, we're right along with their performance, I say. Now, if you actually equip parts that I didn't, because of course I couldn't afford it, you can actually do settings there. You can actually save those settings, and you can actually change parts. Like if I had racing soft tires and racing hard, and I wanted to swap them, I could do that. So let's try the qualify on this, kind of show off what this does. And most of the time through the project, I will not be qualifying. I will not try to, but simply because it takes time. But you do get a little extra cash, and you can start out first if you do this. So So pretty cool if you do that. Now probably the best car to start out with, if you really wanted to get a car and build it all the way up, probably the best car to start out with would be the MA70 Supra in Toyota, because it actually starts with 236 horsepower. Not only that, but it will tune up to like 550 horsepower, or a little more than that probably. So yeah, it's a really, really competitive car. Now it does take a lot of skill to drive, but you know, once you can control it, you know, it's really not any harder to drive than the Silvia would be, I would say. Silvia's a pretty good car though. I will not necessarily be doing these in order. I may get my A license pretty soon, and I may actually do a championship this way out, simply to gain me some cash. And I may redo some championships to try to gain cash that way. But I would be doing that off screen, of course. So just a few things to keep in mind that I might be doing. I don't consider that cheating by any means. You know, because I will be earning my cash and everything. But you could actually do this championship with a much slower car than this. You don't need really a very fast car. I mean, I've done this with like that Mazda Miata 89 before and had no problem at all winning. The AI is really not too intense on this one. Already got a good little gap between us and the Toyota Starlet. This car handles amazingly well. It's just, except when I do things like that. But like I said, I don't really do good in this view. Switch it up a little bit, shall we? I actually got better than my qualifying time. Surprisingly. Yeah, there we go. I always seem to really pull away after that corner. Some reason. So yeah, this will be uploaded every Thursday until completion. So I hope that you Gran Turismo fans enjoy that. Kind of give y'all a little blast from the past here. And I'll be reminiscing about my good old times playing this. Oh man, so many good memories. Yeah, did pretty good in our first race there. Mirage, how could you get last like that? Come on now. Come on now. Get 3,000 credits, building up our cash. Yeah, we'll easily have more than what we started with after doing this championship. Alright, so high speed ring is our next race. But I do like how you can, like I showed at the beginning of this championship, I like how you can check the entry list and you can see like each of your opponent's stats. You know, you can see how much horsepower they have, how much weight, you know, how much weight they have, how heavy. So you can kind of know how your car stands, you know, in comparison. They also took that away in future Gran Turismos. I forget which one. I don't remember. Seems like Gran Turismo 2 was very similar to this one. Yeah, both of them being the PS1 Gran Turismos. But it seemed like it's kind of similar. I may be wrong on that though. Come on, Silvia. It's the name of Gold Bob's wife on Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Oh, I'm loving that project. That's just an awesome game. Awesome. How do y'all like these PS1 graphics? Not too bad for the time, I don't think. Not too bad at all. Not for 1997, 1998 when it first came out. I'll let you draft me, Starlet. Why not? I'm just dominating this race. Yeah, this is definitely one of the faster cars that you can start with. Probably one of the top 5 fastest. Because most cars you're not going to reach 136 without some decent tuning on this track. You know, you're not going to reach it unless you're drafting. Now you would with that Toyota Supra, you probably get close, or the Mazda RX-7 that I showed. Really don't have too many options though, having 10,000 credits to begin. But yeah, the good thing about this Silvia case is it will actually tune up very nicely. Surprised I didn't mention that. It will actually tune up to like 479 horsepower once you put everything on it. That was a bad curve. So yeah, it really becomes quite competitive. And will even compete with the special models that I showed off. I mean, it really will if you can drive it well. And you should be able to, my friends. Poor Mirage, it got last again. Yeah, when you qualify, sometimes it will actually mix up the order that the computers will start in. And they'll stay in that order unless you qualify again, you know, which I'm not going to qualify again because I just don't want to. Alright, so Grand Valley East. The short section of Grand Valley Speedway, which we'll not see till much later, actually. Well, it depends on what championships I end up doing. And I won't be doing the championships really necessarily in order, you know, but I think that should be okay. I don't really see a problem with it. This is probably my favorite song track in this game. I don't know why I like it, but it's not bad. Most of the music in this game is kind of cheesy, but... Come on, Silvia. Now, like I said, normally I don't drive this view, but this car is pretty easy to control, so it's not a problem. And my opposition is not too extreme. Whoa. That kind of was a little crazy there. Yeah, yesterday I actually did my video game race with Legendary Plumber and Sunnyside 193 and Old World Gamer, and that was so fun on Yoshi's Island. One of my favorite childhood games also. Good old SNES. Oh, that was so much fun, y'all. He won't really upload that till late July, though, I don't think. Around July 25th, he said. And I imagine it will take a lot of editing to do. So I don't begrudge him the time at all. So yeah, that was my first video game race. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it would actually be pretty neat to race this game with somebody. I wouldn't want to race one of the future Gran Turismos, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, because they're longer. But this one would actually be pretty cool because it's actually not that long, really. You actually race and see who can get gold in all the championships first. I think that'd be pretty neat to do. I don't know if it's ever been done before. That should be a thing. Anybody got a good setup and want to do that? I'm all for it. Come on, y'all. You're not even threatening me. Come on now. I mean, they're close enough to kind of be a little bit dangerous, but I mean, they're close enough waiting on me to mess up is what it is. And that's how most races will be. But they're just not close enough to take charge. Unfortunately for them. Isn't that right, Silvia? Y'all, that's when you know I'm crazy, is when I'm talking to my car. I really don't think this has been a very long part. I don't think it is, but I might be wrong. So the Mirage got last every time. Poor thing. Every car pretty much got the same position every time. And by the way, forgot to show you the replays. You can kind of watch the replay here. You can watch it. You can watch it without the stuff like this, you know, without anything obstructing your view, none of the numbers, speed, or anything. You can turn it on that way. You push the X button, you can see this view, and then of course you can use your R1 button to change, and then L1 will make you look back, just as when you're actually driving, you know. And you can then also change to the other computers, you know, which they keep in other Gran Turismos, which I'm glad. One thing they don't do in this game, though, which they actually started doing in Gran Turismo 3, I think. I don't think they did it in 2 either. But you can actually, it actually will not show you how fast other cars are going, which I thought was a really cool addition. In 3, that was actually one good thing about that one. And, it's not that Gran Turismo 3 is a bad game. I actually like many things about it, but it's just not, it's my least favorite in the series, I have to say. It's not that it's bad. There are a lot of things I enjoy about it. I think one reason it's my least favorite, though, is because of the super long races. I mean, you have so many mini endurance races in it. I mean, it's just so excessive. It's kind of cool watching in this view, though. Kind of like watching the replays, I guess, because I'm just a nerd like that. Oh, Sky the nerd. But yeah, pretty cool. Poor little Toyota Star that was trying to keep up with me. Just couldn't do it though. Alright, enough of that. So for that, we shall win something cool, hopefully. So pretty much after nearly every championship, there is one championship, I believe, that you do not win a car for. All the other ones you do. Now let me show off car wash real fast. You can actually wash your car here, and your car will get dirty. It will get to where it doesn't shine at all. Of course, it's still shining because I only did 3 very short races with it. But we won a Demio A-Spec, which is very, very, very lightweight. Now, it has 94 horsepower, which is a lot less than the Mazda 89 Roadster that we saw. However, believe it or not, this thing will actually tune up much more. But I am going to go ahead and sell it because regardless of how powerful, how good your car, you can get a special model that they'll give you, and they'll only give you $12,000 for it. But like, this is a Mazda Demio. If I go to like Honda to sell it, it will only give me $10,000. But if I go to Mazda, which is what this is, they'll give me $12,000. So that's what we're going to do. We're actually not going to keep that thing. So now, I'm not sure what I exactly want to do in the next part. I think we will do a special event. We'll do probably... We'll do a special event, probably. At least do another B license thing before we progress. Then after that, I think I might want to do the normal car challenge. So that means I like to get my A license. So we'll probably do the FFFR 4-wheel drive challenge in the next part. I'll surprise you with what it will be. So I want to thank y'all very much for watching. How many days have elapsed? 15. I'll move my head out of the way so you can see. So we're up to 15 days. So we're going to stop right here. Thank you very much for watching, my friends. God bless. This is Sky Hurricane 9 signing out. Stay awesome, buddies. Goodbye.